Get ready to hit rewind. Welcome to MsMojo, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 most rewatched Disney movie scenes. For this list, we'll be looking at the most iconic and rewatchable Disney scenes, including ones with Easter eggs. We're excluding scenes featuring memorable songs because that's a whole separate list of its own.
You'll find an enchantment here.
We also won't be including Pixar.
Hey, Buzz! You're flying!
This isn't flying, this is falling with style.
To infinity and beyond!
Number 10. Love's First Kiss, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs.
One song my heart keeps singing.
Disney's first animated feature film, Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs contains several moments that go down in the company's history among the most memorable.
Magic mirror on the wall, who is the fairest one of all?
But the one standout comes near the end of the film when the prince wakes Snow White up with love's first kiss and breaks the spell that the witch put her under. Sure, for a modern audience, this entire premise is pretty creepy, but discussions of consent weren't exactly commonplace in the 1930s. This scene kicked off a long tradition of Disney princesses and the princes who acted alongside them. Number 9. All the Princesses. Ralph Breaks the Internet.
Hi. Whoa, ladies, I can explain. Say, I'm a princess too. Wait, what?
We're going to jump from Disney's oldest movie to one of the most recent. In 2018's Ralph Breaks the Internet, there was a scene that would inevitably become one of the most talked about.
Do people assume all your problems got solved because a big, strong man showed up?
Yes, what is up with that?
She is a princess!
Penelope finds herself surrounded by all of the Disney princesses that we've come to know and love over the years, and she teaches them some of the modern things that they're capable of.
I once had a dream that I might wear a shirt. Whoa, wait, what's going on? She's singing?
Disney used this scene to poke fun at itself a bit, giving us glimpses of some of the dated tropes that govern the ways in which these characters acted in their own films.
Ach, lang me your lumdy give me a moose nearly you'd gone away a teardrop in his eye. Hey, she back me, lassie!
Uh-huh. What did she just say?
We don't know. We can't understand her. She's from the other studio.
Number 8. The Sorcerer's Apprentice, Fantasia. Disney's third animated feature has become somewhat underappreciated over time. It stands out among all the other Disney films because of its unique storytelling style, which splits the movie into segments. One of these is The Sorcerer's Apprentice, which shows Mickey Mouse, the aforementioned apprentice, trying out some magic of his own despite the fact that he doesn't exactly have a good grasp on it. We see him animating regular household objects like a broom in an attempt to get them to do his bidding. Of all of the stunning visuals in this movie, this one stands out among the rest. Number 7. Ariel losing her voice, The Little Mermaid. The Little Mermaid is definitely a fan favorite among Disney movies, but looking back on it, the story is pretty dark. Ariel essentially makes a deal with the devil in order to get a chance to live above water. She's already potentially giving up her entire life and access to her family, but on top of that, the sea witch Ursula demands that she give up her voice too. In this haunting scene, we see Ariel sing beautifully and have her voice snatched away from her, being left in silence. A scene that is equally arresting, but for totally different reasons, is Ariel's iconic hair flip, which we all tried in the neighborhood pool or our own bathtubs at least once. Number 6. The Last Dance, Sleeping Beauty.
I just love happy endings. Yes, I do too. Oh, Blue.
The happy ending of Sleeping Beauty is truly a joyous one, as Prince Philip awakens the titular character with a kiss, just like Snow White before her. One of the things that the two bonded over earlier in the film was dancing, during which we hear the tune of Once Upon a Dream in the background. This song appears again during the conclusion as the couple glides across the dance floor. But what makes this scene really stand out is the cheeky argument between the fairies Flora and Merryweather, which is another callback to an earlier scene, as they continue to argue about the color of Aurora's dress, changing it from blue to pink and back again. Number 5. Mulan Preparing for War. Mulan. The plot of Mulan was very different from anything that came before it for Disney. It featured a strong female character opting to train as a warrior to prevent her aging father from having to go to war. She hides her identity and presents as a man in order to trick the system and spare her dad. In this inspirational scene, we see her readying herself for war and enacting the transformation that will disguise her. We also adore the lovely scene near the end of the film, when Mulan finally returns with her father to the bench where he first gave her advice.
The greatest gift and honor is having you for a daughter.
Number 4. Flying to Neverland. Peter Pan.
Oh my! We can fly!
You can fly!
We can fly!
Come on, everybody. Here we go!
What child didn't dream of learning to fly? One of the most magical and whimsical scenes in Disney history takes place near the beginning of Peter Pan, when Peter whisks the Darling children from their London nursery off to Neverland.
There's a Neverland waiting for you, where all your happy dreams come true.
They fly past some of the city's greatest landmarks, like Big Ben, and make their way out of the real world and into the fantasy land where Peter lives.
There it is, Wendy. Second star to the right and straight on till morning.
Everything about this scene is dreamy and gorgeous, and it makes us wish we were young again so we could believe in the power of fairy dust. Well, we still believe.
And bid your cares goodbye. You can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly, you can fly.
Number 3. The Circle of Life speech. The Lion King.
Look, Simba. Everything the light touches is our kingdom. A king's time as ruler rises and falls like the sun.
It's hard to pick any single scene from The Lion King as the one we want to watch again and again. Perversely, it could be the moment where Scar throws his brother from the cliff into the stampede showing his true intentions, just because it's so unbelievable and devastating.
Long live the king.
But in a lighter moment earlier in the film, Mufasa explains the circle of life to his young son Simba, telling him about the cycle that keeps all of nature working.
Everything you see exists together in a delicate balance. As king, you need to understand that balance and respect all the creatures.
He also gives him the weighty information that before long, he will be the one ruling the vast kingdom. The visual of the two lions sitting side by side is one of the best frames in the film.
When we die, our bodies become the grass, and the antelope eat the grass. And so, we are all connected in the great circle of life.
Number 2. The Genie's Impressions. Aladdin. If we asked our viewers to pick the single most memorable voice acting performance in a Disney movie, it's hard to imagine that they'd choose anyone but Robin Williams as the Genie in Aladdin.
10,000 years will give you such a crick in the neck!
You could easily say that his entire part in this film is iconic. But when Aladdin first meets him, he rattles off a seemingly endless slew of impressions that are nearly impossible to keep up with.
Often imitated.
But never duplicated! Duplicated! Genie of the lamp! Right here,
direct from the lamp.
When we were kids, we didn't get half the references he makes. And even as adults, we recognize that some are still going over our heads.
Excuse me? Are you looking at me? Did you rub my lamp? Did you wake me up? Did you bring me here? And all of a sudden you're walking out on me? I don't think so. Not right now. You're getting your wishes, so sit down!
I have ruined many a VHS of these movies by watching the scenes over and over again. Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions. Duke Weaselton's DVDs, Zootopia.
Anything you need, I got it. All your favorite movies. I got movies that haven't even been released yet.
Baby Moana, Moana. Pocahontas meeting John Smith, Pocahontas. Bambi on the Ice, Bambi. Before we continue, be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos. You have the option to be notified for occasional videos or all of them. If you're on your phone, make sure you go into your settings and switch on notifications. Number 1, The Transformation, Cinderella.
You can't go to the ball looking like that.
The ball? Oh, but I'm not.
Of course you are. But we'll have to hurry, because even miracles take a little time.
Can any movie be called the Disney movie? There may not be a definitive answer, but we're betting that lots of you would think it's Cinderella. In one of the most upsetting scenes in Disney history, Cinderella and her animal friends refashion her mother's old dress to wear to the ball, but her wicked stepsisters literally tear it to shreds while it's on her body. Luckily, her fairy godmother is at the ready to give her a makeover worthy of a princess.
Oh yes, the finishing touch. And that's you. Yes, Bruno, that's right. You'll be footman tonight. Bibbidi, bobbidi, boo!
With a wave of her wand, she transforms Cinderella's tattered dress into a beautiful ball gown with glass slippers to match.
Oh, it's a beautiful dress. Did you ever see such a beautiful dress?
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from MsMojo. And be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.